All right, Packer Nation, we're doing this. And it is weird, but I'm also really excited about it to see where it goes. And because we're doing it together, I feel a lot better about it. If I was doing this by myself, it'd be stressful. But I feel like we're going to get a lot of conversation going. I'm hearing a lot of questions. People are going to let me know what I need to do better, do differently, because I feel like you care about me, and I know that's what you're going to be able to do for me. All I want to do here is just give us a brief tour of the tools that we're going to be using. Now, please, even if you're a 99% grade kind of person, I want you to stick with this video just in case there's one or two or three things that pop up that are either reminders or are maybe new because you haven't had to rely on certain things as much. So you're in the Schoology page, fantastic. The first folder that'll be at the top, course materials. Really all that's ever going to be in there is this link to the daily online agenda. This is going to be the conduit. This is going to be, the key tool that I'm going to use to communicate the big picture ideas every day and everything else. So there's lots of things in here that are going to be helpful for you. First of all, the remind sign up directions. I really think this is helpful. I really think you should use it if you don't. So if you can click on those directions, read up on that. What it does is just shoots out occasional reminders and gives you an easy way to communicate with me. Whether you used text message or just email, take a closer look at Remind if you're not using it. This is the contact information for me. Feel free, I know it's not common in your world, but to leave a voicemail if you call me, because that turns into an email that I get then right away. But obviously email is a good tool. I'm going to talk later on about the textbook tool, but know that that's right up there. And then we get into the daily agenda piece. What is happening every day? Okay, so we've got a daily checklist of things that we're going to go through, right? So you've already watched the welcome video, I hope. If not, you can click on it or go back to it. This is the digital tour video. This is key here, and I'm going to click away and come back. Complete the bell ringer, big question activity. I'm going to repeat this a lot of times in a lot of different videos. But the bell ringer big questions folder, right, by date is how attendance is going to be taken. So it's really important that you do that, even if that's all you're going to do that day, even if all you have time for all your classes, because you're babysitting or your family needs you to go, whatever it is, you've got to make time to do those bell ringer, daily question, big question activity in all your classes, because that's how we're taking attendance. The assignments for this first day will be called the digital skills assessment. That'll be what we'll focus on. That's what we're going to turn in today, but this will tell you what you should be turning in. And then just the reminders, whether you have questions about what the work is that needs to be done or how to do a certain thing, or whether your question is just, hey, Mr. K, my family is going through this thing. Do you know anybody at the school that can help with X, Y, or Z? Please feel free to reach out with all those tools. So the assignment piece, let's take a look at that over in Schoology. We're going to be in this Welcome to Trimester 3 folder for at least the first 2 class periods. We'll see how it goes. We talked about the bell ringers and the big questions. It's set up by date. Every day you're supposed to be in U.S. history or doing U.S. history at day 2, right? You need to be in that bell ringer and big questions and just answer that simple question. Now, this digital skills assessment, you can see right here, it says you can't do anything in trimester 3 until you've completed these tasks, or at least you've tried them and then emailed me or called me or Schoology messaged me or whatever. Called it Schoology. Catch that? That's a try one mistake. Fun. Reach out if you can't figure it out. So you've got these 5 different tools that we're using this trimester. For some of you, it'll all be super easy to review. And you know what? On the first day of this the second day for you, but the second day of this brand new school system, if it's a super easy day, that's okay. But there are a lot of students who are going to need some help with one or two of these 5 things. Maybe some students who, transferred in the middle of the year that might need help with all 5. That's fine. But we're going to have these 5 tasks. And for each one, there's a separate video in the directions that you can watch. Or if you already know how to do it, you can just get down to it. So this video just wanted to either remind you or introduce you to the key tools that we're going to be using. Of course, the number one tool is me. Again, as I always say, I'm paid money to help you. I want to help you, so don't hesitate to reach out in any of these ways. But in Schoology, we've got this course agenda, which some of you have used before, but some of you haven't needed to because you've been to class and you've paid attention or whatever, it's worked for you. But now the daily agenda becomes more important, right? And then for us today on this first day 2, we're going to focus on, first of all, taking attendance in the bell ringers, big questions folder. I called it both because I think a lot of teachers are going to be calling it bell ringers. I've used the phrase big questions before, so just want to keep that the same for those of you that remember. But the main thing you're going to be focused on today in class, if you will, or while you're working on this stuff, are these 5 simple assignments. The Newsela one will take a little bit of reading, but you can choose how much reading or what type of reading you want to do. And the online discussion isn't a right or wrong question, but you'll have to post 3 different times. Hopefully that tour helped, and hopefully the key is being able to reach out when you have questions. Glad to be working with you. Thanks for logging in today, and we'll be in touch.